Hi, this is Wes Fryer, and these are my narrated sketch notes for the closing keynote shared on March the 6th, 2015 by the awesome Naomi Harm at the NCTIES conference that was held in Raleigh, North Carolina. And I used an app called Forge by Adonit. This is my first time to use that as my sketchnoting app, and if you'd like to learn more about sketchnoting, I'd invite you to visit my webpage showwithmedia.com, and you can click the link for visual note-taking to learn more about this wonderful form of taking notes and sharing ideas. So Naomi started off her keynote actually by telling us a very personal story about her son in the U.S. Army who about a year ago had a terrible accident when he was stateside and had to be medevaced to another hospital and caused just all kinds of, they thought they were going to lose him, and caused just, it was an incredible time of stress and pain, but it was also a time that really brought their family together, and it emphasized the importance of relationships and the importance of family and connections. And she did a good job kind of making that point and tying things back together at the end. She talked about how change is a constant. Even as adults, our brains are always changing, and our brains are always changing for students too. She talked a lot about research, talked about how water is a key to think. She talked about how we need to move to think. Kinesthetic movement is really important. She talked about the importance of safety and trust and emotion in the classroom, and that got back to that key point about relationships. She talked about choices, even with students having choices with where they sit. It's very important. Maybe not every day, but giving kids that agency is really key. She talked about how learning needs to be inspiring. It needs to be fun, and it needs to be hands-on. In fact, I was really encouraged by her presentation as well as by presentations that Jeff Cruz and Dean Phillips shared that were very hands-on as far as using technology and just thinking about the ways that we can, not just be lecturing and talking, but having students, even if those are adults in professional development, doing hands-on interactive activities. She talked about the importance of experimentation, application, and design. In terms of designing the learning space, she said that students should design their own learning spaces, and they should be encouraged to create those learning spaces. She talked about how cool colors in learning spaces matter and how important it is to celebrate in class. And I thought just a lot about, show it with media and how important it is to give kids that opportunity to put their best foot forward when it comes to things that they are creating in school and learning in class. Let's see. She used Answer Garden, which maybe is a tool I've seen before. I am going to go ahead and add that to the interactive writing page of showwithmedia.com as a great resource. And sort of like Padlet, it's a way for folks to just put in a quick link into their device, but it creates a word cloud of all the things that are submitted and makes the learning and makes actually the thinking of the group visible, which is, a great thing we can use technology to do, kind of like I'm trying to do here with these sketch notes that I created. So she said, make it personal, and that was overall the theme of NCTIES this year, and it was a great keynote. So I'd encourage you, if you're not already, to follow Naomi on Twitter. She is Naomi Harm, and if you have a chance to go to the NCTIES conference sometime, definitely do. This was my first time to be able to attend, and it was just a wonderful 2 days of learning. It was actually 3 days, but I didn't get here for the pre-conference, and I hope to be back and hope to see you at NCTIES sometime down the road.